is so scary and there's so much uncertainty around it and you're doing something illegal, so you feel like you're a criminal as well.
Głos, który słyszycie, został zniekształcony. Osoba, która mówi, przedstawia się jako Maria, ale to nie jest jej prawdziwe imię. Wszystkie te środki ostrożności mają zapobiec przypadkowemu ujawnieniu jej tożsamości. Bo według prawa obowiązującego na Malcie, gdzie się spotykamy, Maria jest kryminalistką.
My name is Maria, I'm from Malta and I've had an abortion. As soon as I found out, I remember sitting in the bathroom and Googling abortion in Malta. And as soon as I Googled it, I thought, oh no, I think I'm Googling something illegal. What if the police have a sort of filter for people searching for these things, you know?
Malta jest jedynym krajem Unii Europejskiej, który ma ostrzejszą ustawę antyaborcyjną niż Polska. Zabieg jest nielegalny w każdym możliwym przypadku, włącznie z tymi, gdy płód nie ma szans na przetrwanie, życie matki jest zagrożone, a do zapłodnienia doszło w wyniku kazirodztwa lub gwałtu. Za wykonanie aborcji grozi od 18 miesięcy do 3 lat więzienia. Odpowiedzialność karna jest taka sama dla kobiety, jak i każdej osoby, która przyczyniła się do przerwania ciąży, chyba że jest się lekarzem. Wówczas maksymalny wyrok jest surowszy, już 4 lata więzienia i utrata prawa do wykonywania zawodu. Te sankcje wobec pracowników ochrony zdrowia mogą jednak już niedługo zostać złagodzone. W połowie grudnia maltański rząd przedstawił projekt ustawy, która zwalniałaby personel medyczny z odpowiedzialności karnej w przypadku zabiegów przeprowadzonych dla ratowania życia lub zdrowia matki. Jednak prezydent, z wykształcenia zresztą lekarz, zapowiedział już, że prędzej poda się do dymisji, niż podpisze ustawę w najmniejszym nawet stopniu dopuszczającym aborcję.
Doctors for Choice consists of a group of about 50-55 doctors. Most of us are not visible, and there is a reason for that. The obvious reason that some of my colleagues are very young, very active in other ways, but they cannot show their face. And they cannot do this because their career depends on it. My career does not. I'm too old. It doesn't matter to me anymore. My name is Professor Isabel Stabile. I am a gynecologist and I am the only pro-choice gynecologist on the island of Malta. I began my training in the United Kingdom, as most young doctors in Malta do. And then from there I moved on to the US because I got married, had children and so on. But I returned to Malta about 20 years ago. I'm 65 years old, so I was back here in my 40s. Started a private practice and began to realize that there were many women with problems. I sent them abroad. I began to find out a little bit more about where I could send them, what would be safe, mostly to the UK at the time. We had about 50-55 women on average every year traveling, that we know of.
Ale na horyzoncie pojawił się najpierw Brexit, a później pandemia koronawirusa i z dnia na dzień obywatelki wyspiarskiego kraju zostały całkowicie odcięte od wyjazdów. Stowarzyszenie Profesor Stabile uruchomiło wówczas czat oraz infolinię, z których Maltanki mogą się dowiedzieć, jak skorzystać z innego rozwiązania, czyli tabletek wczesnoporonnych.
There are essentially two providers, and whenever women contact us on our FPAS chat, we will always refer to those two providers, and they are primarily women on web. We direct them to their website. There is a short questionnaire, medical questionnaire, to find out if the woman has one of very few risk factors that would be a contraindication. There are very, very few. The details are collected on this website. Women Help Women will then pass that information on to one of their doctors, and they have doctors all over the world, who will approve the medication and then ship the medication to Malta.
Według danych Stowarzyszenia Profesor Stabile w zeszłym roku tabletki wczesnoporonne zamówiono na Malcie 424 razy. Wśród zamawiających je Maltanek była też Maria.
I was also worried that, for example, I don't know, the bank would flag it up. I don't know what kind of filters the bank has. I know they have filters for like when you're abroad, you know, strange patterns. But obviously you're paying for these pills online with a bank card. So I felt paranoid. I felt like I was being watched. even though it was highly unlikely. Well, now I think it's highly unlikely, but then you're so scared. There's so much paranoia around it. And then I think they got here in about 10 days. So it was about 2 weeks since I found out to when I actually had my abortion. To me, they were a very unnecessary 2 weeks. As in, if I had the choice to have it any sooner, I would have had it much sooner. I wouldn't have waited 2 weeks, because it was 2 weeks of nausea, 2 weeks of tiredness, 2 weeks of anxiety. I wouldn't wish it on anyone. It's not very nice.
Where is the media now?
We're actually here. We're also.
They try to give Malta and Maltese hospitals and gynecologists a bad name. And this is when we have optimal treatment in our maternity unit. This is very unfair. My name is Miriam Shiberas. I am chairman of the Life Networks Foundation Malta, and we offer support to women who are pregnant or facing an unplanned pregnancy, have a negative prenatal diagnosis, or who want to heal from the trauma of abortion.
Dr Shiberas jest z wykształcenia dentystką, ale od lat działa społecznie, a jej fundacja jest największą antyaborcyjną grupą w kraju. W grudniu zorganizowała 20-tysięczną demonstrację przeciw proponowanej rządowej ustawie.
Today, a doctor, gynecologist that tries to save a pregnant woman's life will never ever go to jail or whatever they are saying. This is a lie. The doctors are protected. The gynecologists are protected. No gynecologist has gone to prison for helping or saving a life. This is a lie. This is the lie of the pro-choice lobby. So we have very good service without abortion. So why are you trying to push abortion onto Malta? In Malta now we protect the environment. We even protect the eggs of the turtle if they are laid on the beach, and they are protected until they hatch and can then swim into the ocean. So if we are so advanced in all the other rights, we should be the only ones in Europe that do not legalize abortion. Why? Because if we protect the egg of a turtle, why wouldn't we protect the child in the womb? That is the most vulnerable.
Pytam, czy byłaby skłonna dopuścić aborcję w przypadku tak traumatycznej sytuacji jak gwałt.
Nothing will erase the trauma of rape, as in any other major traumatic incidents in life. And the person who did the grievance to the woman is never ever even considered to be given a death sentence. So why should the innocent child pay for all this?
The first program, or the first TV program we went on, they literally tore us to bits. You had the audience booing us, you had like about 3,000 comments, all of them. There wasn't even one supportive message. They were all murderers, butchers, devils, we have a bullet for you. There was all of this. My name is Andrea Dibin. I am a social policy academic at the University of Malta, and I'm also a member of the Women's Rights Foundation.
Fundacja dr Dibin jest największą organizacją feministyczną w kraju. 4 lata temu jej działaczki zaczęły jako pierwsze w historii publicznie domagać się choćby częściowej legalizacji aborcji.
We started realizing that without, the issue, without looking at the issue of reproductive health and reproductive justice, we are leaving out a very important aspect, because abortion in Malta and reproductive health in general was such a taboo subject, nobody would touch it. And that's when we started discussing and said, listen, it's about time that somebody here in Malta starts talking about abortion. I mean, we used to speak about abortion, we used to meet women who had abortions, but it was never part of the public discourse from a pro-choice side. There was not even one pro-choice organization in Malta.
Złamanie tabu przynosi już pierwsze sukcesy. W listopadzie archidiecezja maltańska zleciła przeprowadzenie badań na temat stosunku do aborcji. W przypadku zagrożenia życia matki zabieg popiera 77% respondentów. Gdy jej życie nie jest zagrożone, ta liczba spada drastycznie we wszystkich grupach wiekowych, za wyjątkiem jednej. W przedziale 16-24 za legalizacją aborcji jest ponad połowa Maltańczyków.
The influence of media especially international media, which is very much pro-abortion, as you very well know. So youths are constantly being bombarded by these anti-life messages, which doesn't help.
So people my age, people in their 20s, more of them are pro-choice. And I think it's because, I think it's clear that it's because as these people grow up, they're presented with new information and their opinion changes.
Tę zmianę zauważają politycy rządzącej już od 10 lat Partii Pracy.
We've had in the last election a lot of young people just not voting, which is not normal in Malta. In Malta, everyone votes. And I think the Labour Party is looking at abortion as that one issue that can mobilize the younger generation to actually go out and vote, because they have that one issue that they can vote for.
I think that even in a couple of years, literally in 2 years, the subject has been made much less taboo in just 2 years, which is a very quick progress, very fast progress. So I do think that in my lifetime, the situation will improve.